This is debate topic 1, Go Public or Go Home, by Moy Wong, The Con Side of It. I found from the web search this article called Why Does a Company Decide to Go Public by Business Dictionary. It says, unfortunately, many internet startups begin having IPOs without any semblance of earnings and without any plans on being profitable. These startups were funded by venture capital and would often end up spending all the money raised through the IPO, making the original owners rich in the process and leaving the small investors holding the bag and when the shares became worthless. This technique of offering shares without creating value for stockholders is commonly known as the exit strategy and was used repeatedly during the internet boom, causing the dot-com bubble to burst and bringing down the market for IPO in the early 2000s. Another web search by Investopedia mentioned that even with the benefits of an IPO, public companies often face many new challenges as well. One of the most important changes is the need for added disclosure for investors. Public companies are regulated by the Security Exchange Act of 1934 in regards to periodic financial reporting, which may be difficult for newer public companies. They must also meet other rules and regulations that are monitored by the Security of Exchange Commission, SEC. More importantly, especially for small companies, is the most of complying with regulatory requirements can be very high. These costs have only increased with the advent of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Some of the additional costs include the generation of financial reporting documents, audit fees, investor regulation department, and accounting oversight committees. Here is a EBSCOhost periodical that I found, dated January 2013. The source is from Of Counsel. It mentions that Facebook priced its IPO at a rich valuation and increased the number of shares sold in the offering. IPO companies need to balance between trying to maximize the price and the size of the offering and selecting the right type of IPO investors and letting those new investors enjoy some success. A rich valuation of large deal size can reduce the demand for the stock in the market after an IPO. Here's another EBSCOhost periodical, Going Public, Dreaming of an IPO. It also mentions that others shun the idea of going public because of increased paperwork, regulatory attention, and financial scrutiny. Here is the USA source dated July 5th, 2012. It mentions that companies looking to sell shares to the public for the first time are still afraid to show their faces to investors. Facebook's disastrous initial public offering, still down 18% from the mid-May IPO price, had scared investors away from taking a chance on young companies looking for cash to grow and expand. Facebook has created a drag effect for the rest of the industry and other companies looking to get out of the gate, says Lee Simmons, analyst at Dun & Bradstreet. Here's an article from the New York Times, Breaking Views, latest January 10, 2013. It also mentions that equity bankers can expect occasional bank rights issue or merger related financing, but an IPO boom may have to wait.